Hi, fabulous. Ali here, aka the Law of Attraction Lover, coming at you on the Fab Over 40 show in January 2025. So, Happy New Year to you if you're listening to this when it just drops. But if you come at it any other random time, what I've got to ask you today and speak to you about is relevant at any time of any year. So I have a question for you. Do you want to wake up happy every single day? I'm hoping the answer is yes. Most people, I think the majority of people, if not all the people, would say, yes, I want to wake up happy every single day. So I actually just dropped a podcast episode or a show episode on using YouTube and Spotify that I use, which was taken over by Anchor, was the first people that I used. And I'd actually recorded it off the cuff very late at night just before Christmas in 2024. And then I forgot about it. And because I thought it had a bit of a bumpy end, because I received a phone call at the end of it and it sort of mashed it up a little bit. But I re-listened to it today, remembered it, and I thought, you know what? No, I'm going to put it out because it's what's inside it. It's the content that is important, not how it ends. And it's just inspired me to record another episode because this saying that a phrase that somebody said, I'm getting tangled up in the way of expressing it, but it was something that somebody said, I heard them say a long time ago, popped up in my mind yesterday, and it popped up in my mind again today, maybe because of that podcast episode. And I've heard a female say it and a male say it, and one I heard, I think heard it said in 2017, and the other person said it in 2020. Because of what they said, I'm just not going to go into names and semantics and everything, but I found it was just frustrating me a little bit when it pops up in my head again, because I just thought, do you realise sometimes, like, things that people say, do they realise the impact? Just because that's their belief and they say it, do they know that actually they could impact people? Because it did impact me for a while. But things have changed now. Like I said, it was 2017, 2020, and now we're in 2025. And now more than ever, I think what they said is irrelevant because more and more people are creating businesses and making money around things that they just love doing. And that's what we should be doing. We should be waking up happy, excited for the day to be able to do the things that we love. But obviously, to do the things, we still have bills. We still have bills to pay. We still, need to buy food. We need to live. We need a roof over our head, etc. And what these people both said is if people embark maybe strategically on purpose, as I did, to move from a brick and mortar business to building and creating a digital business that I can do from anywhere at any time in any way that I want to, because I didn't want to be landlocked and I wanted location freedom because that's exactly what I was, having a brick and mortar business. I longed to have my own business from a child, even though I didn't know the word entrepreneur, it was just something in me. And I'm living proof, like, never give up. This day and age, you could probably manifest it a lot quicker than I did it. But I believe every thing happens in the right time, in the right way. I needed to take this long so that I could be here sharing my message now. Because if it had happened in my teens and my 20s, it wouldn't be relevant, I don't think, or I wouldn't be trying to encourage people and the audience that I'm trying to encourage now. And it happened, and I was so not naive in a way that I just wanted a business. I just wanted to be my own, um, my own boss. And who doesn't really want to do that? Who wants a boss telling them what to do? But the reality of it, while I was loving it, there was lots of other things that used to make me, keep me up at night, make me feel sick. And it was like, because I was just constantly like on a hamster wheel of constantly producing product, producing product, producing product, working to deadlines, getting up, packing boxes, putting out social media posts, going into my brick and mortar business. Couldn't, not like a job where you get paid holiday pay, annual leave. If I went away, I cut off that income stream. I could use digital platforms to advertise my business, but I was still coming have to make the physical product. I would still have to go back into my shop and open the doors, and I was still cutting off an income stream if I went away. So I was on this hamster wheel of being frightened not to work because my money and my income was time capped. And I could be taking orders while I was away, but I still had to come back and fulfill them. And I seen that there was a better way, and I was working 6-7 days a week, longer hours than I'd ever worked before, and I was going away less and doing less. Now I'm going away more and more and more, so I'm going off on a tangent like I normally do. But these people had said, like I said, if you strategically set out to create a business, what they were saying, both of them independently, but I heard them both say the same thing, and you're thinking, right, Ali, get to the point. They said, if you are not making any money in your business, you haven't got a business, you've got a hobby. And I heard that, and I think subconsciously, when I started out and I wasn't making money, it kept sticking in the back of my brain. You haven't got a business, you haven't got a business, you just got a hobby. It's not a business yet because you haven't made any money, you're not in business. And if you listen to that last episode, I referenced somebody called Kimberly Olsson in there and Amanda Francis, and bless them, bless them, bless them. I have watched them. They've only come into my resonance recently, I'd say in the last couple of years. But I've already watched them exponentially grow. And I also say, even though 2024, in that last episode, even though 2024 didn't pan out the way that I expected to, and from what I'm seeing for a lot of people, the content that they're putting out in early 2025, it didn't pan out for them either. But they're not bothered about that. And even though it didn't pan out for me, it was the best year I had in business. And because it was the best year I had in business, despite other years, of drought or whatever, or the times I didn't, it's inspired in me and motivated me of, yes, I'm just going to, I'm so excited about, because of what happened in 2024, even though it didn't pan out, what did pan out is excited and motivated me so much for 2025. But what I love about both these women, in 2024, Amanda Francis did a post about her anniversary in her business and did a podcast herself, and I listened to that. And in it, she said that she didn't make any money in her business for 3 years. And Kimberly Olsson said that she saw the potential of digital platforms like a YouTube channel, and she started her YouTube channel in 2011. She was a savvy woman, but she said she did not make any money in her business and her YouTube channel for 6 years. So Amanda admitted, and that's why I love them, they are multiple millionaires now. But if they just thought, I'm not making any money at this, so it's just a hobby, and they would quit, they wouldn't be where they are now. And in that podcast episode that I just did, I'd actually seen a post late at night, and I just jumped on and started recording, by Elon Musk. And I know he's sort of rattling a few cages at the moment. He's always rattling cages, bless him. But he's obviously, you can tell from my accent that I come from the UK. He seems to be really interested in things that are going on in the UK at the moment, and speaking out in his inimitable way. I can't pronounce the word at the moment. But this was just a post that popped up with his face, and I won't say it on here. Go back and listen to the other episode. It is incredible what he said and the potential of that. And I just felt I wanted to come on and record an episode to say, these people, the things that they say, it was obviously chewing away in the back of my brain. That little horrible little voice goes, you haven't got a business, you've only got a hobby because you haven't made any money. And I could have quit, but something in me just kept me going. And I love that Kimberly said it. If anybody made money within 6 years, they were already ahead of the game from her. They were doing better than her, which I have. So I was like, yeah, I'm already like ahead of the game, better, and the potential of that. But that's what, I want everybody to make the things that they love most, their hobbies, their passions. That's what I want them to be monetizing. So why don't we just go out there? Like if I record an episode of a podcast here and I don't make another one for 6 months, but now I've just started I followed Inspired Action to create a LinkedIn newsletter. So I did the first one just before Christmas, and then I thought, well, I better do as an introduction to me, and then I just put out the one that I wanted to put out, and then I'm starting to create two now. I've had a blog for decades. I haven't blogged in it for ages, but all the content is there. I felt inspired to do something in a Facebook group that I have, which I will put the link in the show notes, and it's in the other show notes. And if you feel like joining that and creating an event in there, I'm creating content, I'm having fun. And when I'm doing it, it just makes my soul come alive. It makes me so happy. I don't even know if I'm going to make any money at that particular thing, but I just do it, and I just keep doing it and doing it and doing it, building up and all the time that I'm doing it, I'm building up new skills. I'm getting better at what I'm doing, and I just know, like that quote, and go back and listen to it because I vocalize it in the last episode. Just go and listen to it and what the quote was, and then one day something will just click. So don't care what anybody else says. And I know I started to record this episode and it got interrupted, so I had to start over again. But I was going to say in there that because the algorithms and things of all these platforms that we use, I get a lot of similar stuff to what I'm doing. Back along, I used to let that affect me. Oh, what's the point? Because that person's doing it and they're already successful and they've been doing it for a long time. I've gone past all of that now because there's only one me, there's only one you, and we're only going to share our content the way that we can share it. And I don't know how many billions of people are on this planet at the moment. There's only our way of sharing it, and there is an audience that resonate to us and want to buy products off us or learn skills off of us of what we're passionate about and what could be just started as a hobby and then turns into a business. So just do it for the fun of it, the love of it, learning skills for it now, building that muscle memory, but have 100% faith in it, monetizing down the line. That's what you think of it now. I'm just learning the skills. I'm just having the fun. It is a business and it is a hobby, because even if like Kimberly, 6 years before she actually made any money, I think she just hit her ninth or 10th $1 million in business at the moment. I did an episode ages ago about KSI, who's like a rapper, boxer, I'm not sure quite what he is. And I will say it again, even if I didn't know I was going to go down that route. He was on a Sunday morning magazine programme that I love. I don't watch it as much now, but he was getting interviewed, and he had, I think it was an O2 sellout tour, and they had, or like several nights, and they had to put on extra nights because it's sold out. And they wanted to know about his tour, and they probably didn't know that he was going to say this. And he said that he followed Inspired Action for some whatever reason to do rapping tour, whatever it was. And he wanted to do it in Germany for somewhere. And say the venue held 250 people. It was probably more like 25 people turned up. And instead of being disappointed that he's paid out for and set up a venue for 250 people, he thought, wow, how amazing is that? 25 people turned up. How many people are going to turn up next time? And he continued and he continued. And then they were talking about his sellout tours. We never know what's down the line unless we keep going and keep going and keep going. And the previous episode was quit counting. So it's not about quitting, but it's quit counting how long it so it just seems relevant, poignant, that I just felt I want that thing that was sticking in my head, that people can say that and they might put people off following their dreams and keep going because they're not making any money and they believe in, well, what's the point? I'll just carry on doing it as a hobby. I won't continue to follow the dream to turn it into a business. It's just like the previous episode, quit counting. It is a business. It will be a business if you want to. And we all want to be waking up happy, doing what we love, but we have to pay the bills. So we are living in the best era ever to combine monetizing what we love. So I just felt like I wanted to put it out there. I've got some exciting things to come. I'm almost finished, because in the previous episode I talked about something that's taken longer than I expected. Actually, where are we to today? We're on Tuesday. Sunday, I sat down and watched some training I want to do, because I want to do it the best of my ability, rather than putting a first version out and going back and doing a second version and probably never doing the second version. I decided I'm going to study somebody who exponential is just like seems inadequate word for what they've achieved, but that's one of my biggest mentors that I use to learn about creating location and time and financial freedom. How they started doing presentations and how they felt that they sucked in the beginning. If you know, they are a perfect example. If you know where they are at the moment, but I decided to study what they talked about for the thing that I'm doing and taking notes on it, and I created a lot of content for it and notes on Sunday, so it's getting closer than ever. But I'm going to put it out there briefly. It is about creating 10k months, and I decided I didn't want inconsistent this, that and the other. I wanted consistent minimum 10k months, and the universe 2 days later presented me with an opportunity for that, and then I seen the potential to share it with other people. But I wanted to create this beautiful product as I see it, a way of expressing and marketing it and creating. I downloaded some bonuses for it. I'm creating like a course membership area for it. I'm loving it, and it will be launching very, very soon. But if you want to get started turning hobbies into businesses, in the show notes for this episode you will find a link to get yourself a free ebook to get you started. And if you've got any questions, or you want to get into that Facebook group and be able to reach out to me and ask me anything, I would love to connect with you, even if you just grab the ebook and just get some ideas. I've just stopped because I've gone off on one of my tangents where I had inspired action to do something, and I forgot it now, so I might have to record another episode. But I'm going to leave it there, and just remember, it is a business. Even if you're just having an idea and you're starting out something and you're not making any money, just keep going, keep learning the skills, keep having fun, and something will click. Listen to the previous episode. Don't forget to drop in the show notes and grab yourself a free ebook. And actually think about a hobby or something that you do love doing. And if you're feeling in your gut like, I want to learn this, I want to go out there and make 2025 and beyond the best year ever, and I want to find out if I can actually monetize. Because if Ali did it in her 50s, I can do it. Because I keep saying this over and over again. Talking to show notes, got no show notes for this. I'm just winging it, and that's why I go off here, there, and everywhere. That's my style. I've had to pause again because I've forgotten again where I was going. But just grab that. If you're feeling inspired, actually you feel it in your gut that you're interested. Yes, that's what I was going to say. I'm going to keep saying this and keep saying this. I was going to do an episode the other day, and it's just reminded me of something else I'll have to do now. It's so obvious now. We're living longer, fitter, healthier. And even when we're getting close, if we're in employment, close to retirement age, we could have potentially another 30, 40, 50 years in front of us. I'm passionate about helping people start to monetize multiple income streams to be able to either retire early or retire in comfort, being able to do the things that they want to do. And in those following decades, people used to retire and probably lived another 10 years after that, but we're looking at living decades longer after retirement than we did before. So let's do it on our terms. So if you've got something you love doing, why not just download that ebook and have a look and see if there's anything in there that triggers and you think, well, I'm going to try that. I'm just going to try it for fun, like a hobby. I'm just going to learn that new skill with no expectations, and I bet you'll love it, and then you'll learn other stuff as well. So yeah, because I've just forgotten where I'm going, gone on a tangent. But the main point was that comment about people saying if you don't make money, you haven't got a business, you've got a hobby. You have got a business, and you have got and it can be from your hobby, and it should be around something you're passionate and you love and learn new skills. So yeah, go and grab that ebook and make 2025 the best year ever, and keep an eye out and keep listening to these podcasts for that thing that's coming very, very soon. I'm sure of it because I'm so close to finishing it. And even if it's not January 2025 when you listen to this, you can change your life in the next breath, the next second, by changing your mindset. So why not go back to listen to other episodes of this and see if there's anything crucial in there, mind changing. Just anything, any titles that resonate to you, just drop on and have a listen and see what comes out of it. And I'd love to know, love to connect with you. So have a fabulous day, week, month, life, and I'll speak to you soon.